So I'd be happy to have a crack at that. I think, and it's something that happens a lot in the pharma industry. I'm sure it's true elsewhere. So we hire people with very deep specialism, typically with PhDs, postdocs often in a particular area. And I think if you did a bit of a survey and talked to people sort of 5 years into their careers, and to see how many are still working in that particular specialism, some are and become deep experts within the company, and are generally internationally known in that particular area. A lot actually have moved on and have moved into different areas, still working in medical research, but have just found new avenues exciting and moved into new areas. I think that's a good thing, actually, if you're thinking about working in industry. I think you've got to remember that the purpose of the industry ultimately is to make a product, is to make a medicine, is whatever. And actually, as long as you have that in mind and you're passionate about that, then actually there's a huge amount of latitude to learn new skills and do new stuff and work with new people to get to that end. So I think it's a positive thing, actually. In terms of mechanisms for doing it, I think typically it's just by expressing an interest. So typically it's often you'll be the first person to spot some particular new areas breaking. You kind of go, you know what, I'd really like to be doing this, and very often there's space to be able to do that.
Yeah, can I just build upon that? Because I've sort of built a career out of doing this, purely by accident. What you'll tend to find is, increasingly in academia as well, there are more and more opportunities for cross-disciplinary research. And nobody wants to be the first one to do it. And you're focusing on your PhD and you think, I've got to get this finished and I've got to understand the whole work and I'm going to defend it, and you're just focused. But even just looking up, all your peers are going to be doing that as well. So if you're going to go to a workshop where they're exploring, can we do a cross-disciplinary centre in this area? Is there any researcher in this area that's interested in collaborating with chemistry or whatever it may be? That first step is the hardest one. So again, you're competing against other people in your narrow area. So you don't need to be an expert in chemistry, but the fact that you've been along and you know a little bit about it, you're ahead of the game already. So that's what I advise. Just keep looking up and looking around, going along to events, most of which won't come to anything, but one of them probably will.
Yeah, I mean, I think expressing interest in wanting to do something different if you're looking to transition. I know people in our company who are interested in business management or moving off into do project management or something like that by expressing an interest, they can basically generate an offer of a secondment, so they can go and spend a few months like doing something completely different. So there is opportunities, and probably in other industries too, to sort of move sideways like that into something different. And a lot of the skills that you have in your PhD, you might think they're very they're very focused like this, but lots of the skills that you have developed, in developing that specialism or that specialty, are very translatable to, different research. You have a lot of transferable skills.